Running Wild, The Rivalry. First edition with 3D cover. And of course, this is the first edition with 3D cover. I don't know if it's possible to see on camera. Barely see that it's a 3D album cover, but it doesn't really matter. Next up is this CD single by Helloween, If I Could Fly. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this album that it's taken from, but I think Helloween, New Helloween, and Old Helloween, not the middle Helloween from the early 90s, but New Helloween, I think it's such a good band that at least up until Rabbits Don't Come Easy, that all the singles they released with B-sides are actually worth getting. I looked into it and it's actually quite a lot. And the same goes for Gamma Ray. That's also another band where I want all singles and B-sides. Even though this Helloween have no connection to Gamma Ray. Old Helloween has, of course, but I bought the single, and the B-side, Deliver Us From Temptation, is... what the fuck? It's like one of the best songs from this, I would assume, album recording. I mean, such a great song. I think it's probably on some of the reissues. Yeah, there's a reissue on vinyl here. And it has the Deliver Us From Temptation. Yeah, it has the single version, of course, on that single there. And also Deliver Us From Temptation. And the first track on the side D is one I haven't found yet, because I just started buying Helloween singles. It will probably take a pretty long time before I buy any more. I'm not really into ordering small stuff online, you know. I just buy it if I find it. Here's a single I really want by Helloween. The Halloween single picture disc, the short version of their 15-minute song Halloween. 3 years ago I decided I wanted to have more Helloween singles, and looked through on Discogs to see which ones I wanted, and apparently this one was important enough for me. And the next one, you know, the next album, this band got a lot of shit, because with this album they made it even bigger than before, and for the next album it suddenly wasn't cool to listen to them anymore. It became cool to hate them, even though they were bigger than ever. A small group of people decided that it was uncool to like this band. It's HammerFall. But in recent years I've noticed that some people around my age have started to admit that, I listen to HammerFall either again or still. I actually had a time when I was like, no, I do not listen to HammerFall, but I always had their albums. This was like, now I have their first 5 albums. This is also one of these stuff, small stuff that I buy it when I find it in a store, you know. If I stumble upon it, I just buy it. It was missing from my collection for a long time, and if I really felt that I want that album, I could have bought it at any time. But I'm not in a hurry. I have so much music to listen to, so it's like no point in running into the web store to buy just like a regular album. Oh, I didn't know. Song Angel of Mercy is written by David Chastain. That's actually kind of cool. I need to look that up as well. Angel of Mercy. I actually didn't know there could be a Chastain cover, but the best source, I mean, it could be another song by the same title written by the same guy, but the best source to find out if a song is a cover is Metal Archives, because they have in the rules that if a song is a cover, you have to add it to the track list. Some people take that rule and apply it to Discogs, which have caused me to make several edits in the track list, just because it doesn't belong in the track list on Discogs. Let's see, Angel of Mercy, Chastain cover. Yeah, wow, I didn't know actually. It could be their own song, but well, I didn't know. Chastain is a band I don't listen to enough. I have one of their albums, but it's one of the newer albums. I think it's the comeback album with the Leather Leon on vocals. I gave a quick listen to some of the other newer albums with another vocalist, but I really didn't like it. I mean, she sings really good, but the music was just awful 90s garbage. You know, the kind of garbage that, you know, at 80s bands, you know, they realized that times were changing, and you know, bands like Pantera changed their sound to more I don't know, I don't listen to fucking 90s Pantera, but I mean, a lot of bands change their sound to like a heavier, groovier sound, especially in the style of music that have been, you know, faster, you know, like Testament became a bit slower, Slayer started going slow already by 1988. I mean, so a lot of bands went down the more heavy path and stopped playing. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It was just plain awful. One of the best examples of a band going from absolutely brilliant to absolute fucking shit is Overkill. I mean, some of their albums are just, I mean, from the underground to the below, for example. I mean, they like the album. They say we had so much fun making it, so here's songs from that album. Yeah, why do you play that album? It fucking sucks. I don't care if you have fun. Whenever I hear that album, I'm wondering to myself, like, why am I doing this to me? Why do I even bother, you know? Well, because I bought it and I want to like it. It's a great fucking album cover, you know. Just because the album looks good doesn't mean that it's good. HammerFall is one of those bands that they made a lot of covers throughout the years on not very famous bands, and then in the end they released Masterpieces. That's their cover album. Child of the Damned, Warlord, Ravenlord, Stormwitch, Eternal Dark Picture, Back to Back, Pretty Maids, I Want Out, Helloween, Man on the Silver Mountain, Rainbow, Head Over Heels by Accept, Run with the Devil, Heavy Load, We're Gonna Make It, Twisted Sister, Breaking the Law, Judas Priest. Well, that's like the most famous song on there. And here is the one, Angel of Mercy, Detroit Rock City, Crazy Nights by Kiss. No! Fuck, it's Crazy Nights by Loudness. They fooled me. När vindarna viskar mitt namn. That's a Swedish classic. It's like folk pop, or I don't know what style of music it is. It's a little rock. It's a little folk music inspired tune. If you're Swedish and don't love that song, are you really Swedish? Flight of the Warrior or Riot. I mean, Youth Gone Wild. I mean, they obviously display a wide range of music tastes within classic heavy metal, both known and unknown bands here. I mean, it's the evidence that they are not a bunch of posers who just did it to become famous, because when they started out, what they were doing wasn't even popular. There was only one other band that did the same thing, start a new band to play classic heavy metal. It was Nocturnal Rites. They were actually before HammerFall. I think they made their first album in like 95 or something. I'm amazed by myself. I'm amazing. So...